Rest in peace, my boy Coolio.
I know that's sad.
Damn. I was hoping we could spend a little bit of time and talk about our favorite memories of Coolio. I'll go first, if that's okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm wearing sunglasses because I'm dealing with a fever and some migraines, so excuse me.
It's Corona.
Alex gave me alcohol poisoning last week, and I've been trying to recover since. He gave me vodka without consent.
And now he has liver disease.
So
not an infection.
Who knows how many more episodes we got. Anyways, Coolio's dead. And I wanted to share some memories. But then I was like, I don't have it.
That movie.
You know, Dangerous Minds.
Yeah, Dangerous Minds. That's what Coolio reminds me of.
That's literally, no offense, that's the only thing.
Yeah. I was hearing actually today that he actually got a PCP. Not PCP.
Oh, damn. Primary care physician?
Posse. What is that called? Gigolos?
Insane the Clown Gigolos. Posse. Yeah, but
the hatchet little guy or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
He got that tattooed, but they misspelled the word gigolo or whatever that freaking name is.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. So I don't even know if they're gigolos. That reminds me of that movie. What is that guy's name? He's like a pimp, and they're in like in Amsterdam and
Deuce Bigelow, yeah. European gigolo.
So it reminds me of gigolos. Him. Yeah,
that's a classic too.
Mm-hmm.
Anywho, I just rest in peace. That's it.
Yeah, rest in peace.
I thought it was worth the mention. It's definitely a childhood artist.
That you don't remember much.
That I don't. I just know that, Gangster's Paradise from Dangerous Minds.
Yep.
Which is a
really good movie.
Yeah, which is
really good movie.
Dope ass movie.
Mm-hmm.
Before we continue, I just wanted to say that this show is not for children.
No. It's not.
Everything said on here as well is our opinion and our opinion only. Yep. It's okay to disagree and still love each other. You can disagree with your neighbor and still lick their butthole. It's okay. Also, this episode is sponsored by Robinhood. It's like,
Yum.
Is that what it's called, Robinhood? The stock app?
Oh, yeah, that's Robin. Okay. I was talking about the burger place.
No, that's just Robin or Red Robin.
Red Robin.
Do you have Robinhood?
No, I don't.
Do you use Robinhood?
No, I don't. I don't even want to say, but they're not very good with their clients. They freeze their stuff. And
say it. No, tell me because
They won't allow them to withdraw their cash out. Just for example, AMC, when the stocks went up and everything, Robinhood froze everybody's account.
I think I did hear about that.
Oh, I use TD Ameritrade, so.
Okay. Shout out.
Yeah, TD.
I heard a crazy story.
What's the story?
And since we're in October now, I thought, why not share some fucked up stories?
All right, what's the fucked up stories?
Have you heard the story of Alex Kern?
No.
Okay. So I don't have Robinhood. I do, and I only got it because you and some of the other warehouse dudes convinced me. For some reason, I still never used it. Or maybe it wasn't you. Maybe it's just them.
Yeah.
They just wanted
Robinhood.
They just wanted like a referral bonus or something.
And they only got $20.
So anybody who doesn't know Robinhood, it's stocks, share, sell, trade, buy.
Option. You could do option trades and stuff in there, or hold your stocks for long term. Invest.
Yeah, investment. That's yeah.
It's a platform. There's many different kinds of platforms, but Robinhood, a lot of people use it, but for me, I wouldn't go for that platform at all. It's like Coinbase, which is pretty much crypto, which crypto now is pretty big now.
So. That's what I hear.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so there's this kid named Alex Kern.
Okay, Alex Kern.
And during the pandemic, he went to school. He was in the University of Nebraska, And so the school during the pandemic asked everybody to go back home. And so he was like, okay, cool, that's cool. You know, he's close with his family. So he's like, okay, I'm going to go back with my family. That's fine. You know, we all love each other. But then, you know, he didn't have a job. He was a student, full-time student. So he only had like $5,000 to his name. So he downloaded Robinhood. And I guess Robinhood doesn't really ask a lot of questions. You can just go in there and do whatever the fuck you want.
Okay, so care.
But I mean, his family was saying, like his mom was saying that, you know, that she was never worried about him because he was in school for business and he was careful with his money and this and that. So that she wasn't really worried about him. And from what I understand, he wasn't really that reckless on there. So he did the regular, you know, buying, selling, trade or whatever. But then he learned about the option shares. Do you know much about that?
Yeah, options is pretty much you could buy within like a month. Say you buy a put and you say, I'm going to hold it within this time frame. You got like a month, let's say you buy it. But you could sell it literally like this. Say the chart goes up and it moves like 2 or 3 candles, which is like that red and green, like square or rectangle thing that moves up and down. And depending on what he bought, like if it's like $5 a share, which you have to buy 100 regardless at a time. So that's
5 times 100. That's $500.
Okay.
So then if that candle moves up, say 1 candle, that's profit right there. He could sell like this if he wants to, or he could hold. If he thinks he could just want to hold for a whole month, he could do that until that expiration date happens. Then that contract expires.
Oh, okay.
All right, that candle moved up. Say he bought in at $5.50. The candle moved up to, let's say, $8.50. That's $3 extra for each share that he just bought. So he could be like, I'm done and cut. Boom. And he made money.
How is option trading? Because from what I heard, that option trading is like dangerous.
Oh, yeah, it could be dangerous. Like if you think the candles or the chart's going to move up, like towards up, and you put in and say, for example, your internet goes out, you're screwed. Because at that moment that chart starts going down, there's no way you could stop it because you have no internet. So it keeps going down and down and down. You're losing thousands and thousands of dollars.
And is that money you have to pay?
Yes, you have to pay it back.
Okay.
So a lot of people don't know what they're doing. I'm not an expert in it, but at least I know the fundamentals of when to stop and when to cut my losses, or when I'm going to, you know, have some extra money there, or when I'm winning, you know. But yeah, a lot of people, man, they put their houses down, they put all this other shit down on there, and they lose it.
Okay, so that's what he did, but you had to fill out an application. And
even your broker will be like, stop. Oh, he'll cut you off, and then you'll never be able to go back into trading ever again, because you have to put your social security number, you have to put your bank routing number and everything. So they know everything.
Okay. So yeah, that sounds scary.
That is
so
scary.
then okay. So then that's what he did, and he got approved like pretty easy. Like he's like, so he's a 20-year-old like with not much money, but he got approved to do something as dangerous and as risky as option trading. So one night he gets into his account and it says negative $730,000.
Jesus.
And he's like freaking out because he's like, there's no way. Like I did the math, you know, like I worked everything out. Like it shouldn't be this. So he sends Robinhood an email saying like, hey, can you guys look into this? And Robinhood just, as soon as when he sent it, he just got automated response. And so then he didn't actually speak with anybody. So he tried again a few days later. He sent another email. asking for help because he's like freaking out.
Well, yeah, it's almost like
Yeah.
$250,000 right there.
Like, how do you go from having $5,000 to your name to now negative $730,000? And then he got automated message back. But then a day later, he got email from Robinhood, but it wasn't what he wanted. It was an email saying that he has to do his first payment, which was like $130,000 by so and so. So he's like, "What the heck, dude?" So he sends another email.
So they don't respond to him at all for the questions he's asking.
No, because either short staff or they're being lazy or nobody is just not getting back to him. So he, of course, gets another automated message. So finally he decides, like, okay, these guys aren't going to help me. Like, I don't know. I'm freaking out. I'm not going to be able to make this first payment.
Did he lawyer up?
No. What he did instead was take a screenshot of his dashboard that had the negative 730 on it, wrote a letter to his family, and then went and jumped in front of a train.
He killed himself?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Is that nuts or what?
That is fucking nuts. Oh my God.
So after...
Sorry, guys. That's my dog right there.
Hey, what up, Paco?
Coco.
Oh, I didn't want to use his real name. Just for safety reasons. I don't want him to...
my dog?
Yeah, Coco.
Damn, so he committed suicide.
Can you believe that?
So then what happened then?
So when his family found his note and on the computer, first of all, they found out because the cop came and told them.
Notified them.
Yeah. But they were all shocked. Like, what do you mean? Like, what? Like, we were just like happy a week ago, like family, like we were going to spend quarantine together. And anyways,
wow.
After, I think a day after his parents found his note, he finally got a email from Robinhood
saying they made a mistake.
Yep.
Oh.
Saying, oh yeah, hey, the balance is not yours. Like you don't owe anything.
Oh, smokes. So what, were they liable for not responding back to him, or?
So now the parents are lawyered up. This was 2021, I think January. This was the beginning of the year, and then they settled by summer.
So they got a big lump.
Not big enough in my opinion, but the people who are in charge of like Robinhood and stuff like that, they fined them $57 million, and then then they had to pay the family $13 million.
So the family got $13 million, and what was the other $56 million for who?
The 57 was just a fine that the
state or the federal or whatever they got.
The feds or somebody.
What the hell do they need the money for?
Well, I don't know.
Give it to the family.
It should have been the other way around.
Yeah.
But no, I just thought it's a story I heard and I thought it was fucked up. But
damn.
I'm like, damn, that's nuts, dude.
That is nuts. That sucks. Dang, I can't believe he actually. Dang. I mean, I wouldn't have the guts to kill myself. Like that's never crossed my mind at all.
No, me either.
Like, even if I'm sad or depressed or whatever, I no. There's other things worse in this life than that,
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I've had a double ear infection. Have you had an ear infection?
I've never had an ear infection, so I don't know how it feels.
Yeah, dude.
That bad?
You'd feel like jumping in front of a train.
Jeez.
Too soon?
Yeah.
All right, I'm sorry. But yeah, I just wanted to share that little piece of story that I heard. Is fucking nuts. And
yeah, that's sad.
So I guess what we're saying is this episode is not sponsored by Robinhood,
No.
and you should avoid them at all costs.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah, we do not sponsor Robinhood at all. Regardless, October is right around the corner.
It is October.
Okay, fine. Midnight almost there. Well, Doesn't it feel good outside? The nice, cool, chill weather.
Oh,
Spooky season right there.
spooky season. That's what we all been waiting for.
All right. So let me ask you this. Have you ever heard of Emily Rose?
Emily Bros?
Rose.
Oh, the movie?
Yeah, the Exorcist one.
Yeah.
Have you seen the movie?
No.
No.
I've
What do you know about it?
Emily Rose it has something to do with it's a court case.
Yes, it is a court case.
Okay.
In the movie it is.
Okay. That's all I know.
That's all you know. Okay.
I heard it was scary. I heard
Yeah.
the movie was scary.
I think it's pretty good. I mean, it goes some true stuff in that movie, but some of it doesn't. It's not real, you know. So like the real story is like this girl, her name is
Anna Elizabeth Mitchell.
but she's German. And she was like born in the west side of Germany or something like that. She was like a real Catholic, like her parents and everything like were super Catholic, like people like they would go to church like twice a week. They would pray, and if the kids ever did anything, like they would like inflict I don't know, they would hit them or something like that, and they would make them pray. But that's because they were super religion. But this girl Emily, she was like her friends would say that she's super nice. She was very smart, like with literature and all that stuff.
1968.
In classroom, like she blacked out like completely, and then she like crouched up, and then in the middle of class, but she doesn't remember anything. And then all her friends and stuff, like they were freaking out because she like blacked out. And
How old was she?
She was that,
Was 16.
but I'm not too sure of the age. But she was in school when that happened. And that was the first episode that happened. Like she blacked out, and then later that same day, she was at home. She blacked out again. But then she said that she heard voices or something like that. But she said she felt fine. And then a couple months went by, and then she had to go to the hospital because her parents were like freaking out. Something's wrong with her. So they took her in. The doctor examined her, and everything came out like she was okay. She was healthy. Nothing was wrong with her. But then after that diagnostic, she had another blackout, and like she wet the bed, and then all the other people that were in the hospital like saw that. But she said that she started seeing colors, and she started hearing voices again. So then that was, I think her third episode was, I think she was in high school at that time. Maybe she wasn't 12, maybe she was a little older, but she was going into high school. And then they take her back to home, but then she wanted to go back to school. So then she goes to school, she graduates, whatever, and then she enrolls into college or some college in Germany or something like that. But then she started having more seizures, more strong seizures and stuff. Like she would completely like lock her body up like this and just stay like that for like minutes, just like that. Like, yeah, like she was like hard, like stuck. So that's pretty crazy, right? Like, what would you do? What would you do like in that situation?
Like if I saw that?
Yeah, if you saw that, like she just
Like somebody like
she just chilling here, and then
like,
all of a sudden,
like fucking going back now on me.
Worse than Vecna. But she's just chilling here, and then she falls to the ground, and then she just like her arms are like back here, different direction, her head's like this, and then she's just like staring at you like that, like frozen like that for like a couple minutes.
This is happening in class?
No, this happened at the hospital for her.
Oh, okay. Is it a regular hospital?
Yeah, it was like because they did and they finally one of the doctors said that she had epilepsy, which epilepsy does that to you, and you like stiffen up in certain ways. But then, like I said, like she started having super strong, and I guess her parents took her out of school, and they're like, no, she needs to stay home now. So then she said her mom saw her in the living room or something like that, looking at a picture of the Virgin Mary, and she blacked out again, but her eyes were black, like everything was black, and she was just staring at that picture and just standing there, like not moving or anything. Like, what would you do? Like,
I'd be like, bitch, you need Jesus?
Yeah, she was asking for it.
Oh.
Like helping. I guess she was looking at the Virgin Mary. I don't know.
Damn, my bad. I wouldn't be able to handle that situation.
No, but what if it was like, let's say it was like one of your family members?
That makes it worse. I'm like, I still wouldn't be able to, but especially
if you guys were living in the same house. Like, how would you do that? Like, you would have to see him.
I'm gonna do a scenario. Like, I'm gonna pretend like she's my daughter.
Okay.
Because then I'm kind of forced to do something. Because it's one of my family members. And I'm kind of like, okay, well, you got a husband, you got a wife that can take care of you. Yeah, and like, okay, I'll let them take the wheel, or your mom or your grandma, whatever. Mm-hmm. I'm just your brother, your uncle. I'm not really important to you, but let's say you're my daughter, Emily Rose, and I saw that.
Okay.
I honestly wouldn't know what to do.
Would you try to help, or would you be too scared to like even get near her?
I wouldn't be scared to get near her, but I'd feel like helpless. Like I just wouldn't know where to start.
Mm-hmm.
What is she doing right now?
She's at home now. So then her parents are like freaking out, and they're asking all these doctors to come and check on her. But every time they see her, she's perfectly fine, like healthy. But they did give her, one doctor said she had epilepsy. So they gave her medication for that.
So are any of these doctors looking at the parents like?
They're just saying that something's like when the doctor said about the epilepsy, well, she needs to take these pills and they'll make her better. But it was not making her better.
I mean, what are you supposed to do? Because I probably do the same thing. I just call
from doctors. There, they turned to priests, like Catholic stuff, and a lot of Catholic priests didn't want to help either. Like, no, she just needs to go to the doctor. She needs to get scanned or whatever. Until one priest came into the picture, and he was a doctor and a priest.
Okay.
So he's like, your daughter's fine. She doesn't have epilepsy. She doesn't have any of this, what the doctors are saying. And Emily, she's saying that she stopped with the treatment because she would start hearing more voices and more voices. And there was times that her sister said that she would black out and she would have like super strength and she would throw her sister with one hand across the room.
Damn.
Yeah. And she started talking in different tongues. Isn't that freaky?
That is freaky.
Did you hear that?
What? What do you do? Knock it off.
The priest tells her all this stuff. Like she's perfectly normal. And Emily at that time, she's like, I gave up. There's something in me. Like it's the devil that's in me. So she starts saying that. And they started doing exorcisms on her. So,
and then I think it was like between 1973 and 1976.
That's when shit just went off the wall. Like they did like, I think 67 exorcisms on her.
What?
But the priest had to go through the archbishop to like get it approved and everything, but they had to do it secretly. So yeah, they did that many on her. And to a point where she said that whatever was inside her wouldn't allow her to eat food at all. And at home, she literally pissed on the ground and she started licking her own piss off the ground. She started eating insects. And that's the only thing that the demons would allow her to eat. And then even at one point, when the priests or whatever were doing the exorcism, they were talking to 6 different entities inside.
For real?
Yeah.
They all had different voices?
Yeah. Isn't that crazy? And then first one, it was Lucifer. It was Chain. It was Judas, Hitler, Valentino, and Cain.
So like all the main dudes?
Those were all
the big dogs?
Yeah. All the big dogs.
So let me ask you this. Did she die?
She did die.
Yeah, it was 1976.
But did she die from this?
Mm-hmm. She died because her body was just so beat up, and like she looked like a skeleton. She had bruises on both eyes. Her teeth were completely cracked. she was bones. Yeah, I guess she just died because she couldn't eat. She couldn't drink any water. But then the priest, they neglected. That's what the cops came. They took her body, so they did a homicide neglect to her daughter. So they went to court and everything. That's real, I guess, in the movie. The priest, I guess, got 6 months of prison or something like that.
What the heck?
Yeah. The parents got off. Like they didn't serve any time or anything like that because they said they suffered a lot already because of the loss of her daughter. But we'll show you a picture of how she looked like. It's how a before and an after. It's pretty. It don't look like her, man. It don't look like her. It is scary, scary shit. Mm-hmm.
So maybe it was just a blessing in disguise.
Yeah. I mean, the priest said at the end, yeah, she might have passed away, but she's not suffering anymore. She's not possessed anymore.
She died a long time ago.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So let me ask you something else.
Yeah.
Why do you think that we don't hear these kind of stories anymore?
I don't know. I guess a lot of people now, since we have all this technology on our phones, like you don't believe it. Anybody with, Adobe or anything could literally make some horror movie or something like Paranormal Activity at like a $10,000 budget, and they made all that movie.
So are you saying the stories are out there? It's just
I feel like there are. I honestly
we just see them and then we don't believe them.
Mm-hmm. Like unless if you're actually face to face there, the fear, like we don't know, we don't experience that fear, until you see it like right there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they said they even had to tie her down a couple times because she was super strong, even like bones and stuff. Yeah, and then we'll put an audio for you guys to hear, like the exorcism. Like that is creepy shit. It is. It is creepy, man.
You should have put Reagan in there.
It was around the same time.
She would have set her straight.
Reagan Pazuzu. Hey, but the real one is actually a boy, so.
Oh, Pragul.
Well, like the demon that possesses the real person is actually a boy from St. Louis. That was actually
wait, the demon's a boy?
Well, I don't know if the demon's a boy, but the demon that possessed. The movie's based on a girl, but the real life one is actually a boy that got possessed.
Oh, instead of the girl that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying the demon's a boy. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah. And that story is actually pretty cool because there's actually a book about like the real boy. I bought the book, I read it, and that's creepy too. Like it is like it gave me the chills. Like I was like, holy crap! That like this boy was like St. Louis, and his parents were good people and everything. And his auntie actually, his auntie came over to stay with him. But she had a Ouija board and she would teach him how to use it. So then he would go to class and his desk was moving up and down like this, like up and down like this. And the teacher's like, stop it. He's like, I'm not doing anything. So then at home, they would start hearing 3 knocks, and that represents the Trinity, I believe. What is that? In the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, which is that. So the devil's mocking God, in other words, or in scratches and all that stuff. So they actually did exorcism on him too, but in the church. And that's actually pretty good story too. I guess when the priests finally got the demon out of him, like they heard this loud ass noise, like in the church, and a voice. And they say it's Saint Michael, the archangel, like came back, like it was just a bright light. So that's pretty cool. Yeah.
I don't know.
Saint Michael's a beast.
I don't.
No?
Oh my goodness. I don't know any of that stuff.
No. I'm teaching you.
Yeah. No, I'm taking it in. Saint Michael.
We're all like jumping back and forth, stocks, Halloween stuff. Have you heard about the Salem witch trials? 1692?
I can't say I have.
No?
It's like, yes.
Okay. So what do you know about that?
It's the era of the witches, right? A bunch of people got burned alive. No, I don't. I just know. I just know Salem was popular for witchcraft and
Yeah. So there's a couple movies that are actually shot in Salem, which is Hocus Pocus and Hocus Pocus. I don't know if the second one's coming out, which coming out this couple. I'm thinking
it came out yesterday.
Hocus Pocus, yeah.
Or it came out last week.
You're right. It came out last week.
It came out at the end of September.
You're right. It came out. But anyways, it was shot there. And I actually been in there, and it's freaking cool. There's actually like the houses from Hocus Pocus there, and there's like the Book of the Dead. Everything's like exactly like in the movie. It's there. And
Well, I think they did American Horror Story.
I think they did Hubie Halloween there with Adam Sandler. They did it in Salem too. And then that movie, Paranormal Frankie Weenie or something like that. I don't remember what the name it's called, but it's like an anime one where the kid like sees dead people, and they actually talk about the Salem witch trial there too. It's actually pretty good.
Bro,
Yeah,
that sounds interesting.
yeah, I like it. It's one of my favorite movies. Like cartoon wise, it's really good. Yeah, but anyways, the Salem witch trial, which Salem was just
It was established in 1626.
That's when Salem came to the picture. And Salem's in Massachusetts, and it's about 30 to 40 minutes north of Boston. And it's home to the original 13 colonies. Do you
Wait,
know?
Salem?
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was in Oregon.
No, Salem's in Massachusetts, man. In the East Coast. All right, do you even know the 13 colonies?
I know of the 13 colonies.
Can you name them?
No.
No.
Philadelphia? Maybe? Does that make sense?
I guess.
Is that
but
going
look,
anywhere?
It's New Hampshire,
Okay. Yeah.
Connecticut, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania, which Philadelphia's in Pennsylvania.
Did I say?
You said Philadelphia.
Oh, damn it.
Maryland, Delaware, Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia. Those are the original 13 colonies, and those were established in 1607, I believe.
Wow.
There's a history for you there. And then New York was like the first one that was actually New York, the first like state, which like I think 1626. I think that's or 24. One of those. But that's when it established. And then 150 years later, that's when they started establishing like Massachusetts, New Hampshire, all that stuff's like 1776 and 1778. Yeah, but anyways, the Salem witch trial started in 1692 and 93. That's when it happened. So there was I don't even know how to call those. I guess like a priest, but it's not a priest. It's a different name for a priest. Archbishop, no. Minister. I don't remember the freaking name, but it's a godly person or whatever. And he had, I guess, 2 daughters or something like that. And he actually bought a slave from God knows where.
Her name was Tituba.
She was a slave woman, and she took care of these kids. And like the parents would like leave and do whatever their business, like work wise. So she actually started like showing little girls like voodoo stuff. And so they make like this voodoo cake to like feed to a dog or something like that. And the girls were like, I don't know, like freaking out or something like that. Like they said they heard voices or something was touching them and stuff. And like back then, the church people ruled. They were like the judge, the executioner. They were everything. Like they listened to the person because they were right. No, nobody else was right. So then the priest or whatever, another priest came down and like talked to them about it. And then the girls were like, what? They asked the girls like, who's doing this to you? What's going on? And then they ratted that girl, the one who was taking care of them. She's like, she's making us do all this stuff. So then they put her in the cell, and then they have to go through a trial or whatever. So there was like, I think over 200 trials, but like 19 were hung or burnt or like pressed. Do you know what pressed is?
Pressed?
Yeah.
No, I know pressed panini.
No, it's like they put you on a flat surface, and then they just start putting boulders on top of you, heavier and heavier until your chest just explodes.
Wait, are you telling me this is how they executed people?
Mm-hmm, back then, yeah.
What the
So drowning, hanging, burning, or oppress, or I think that's what it's called.
Huh.
But that's how they did it. So there was over 200 women or men too that were accused of that. 19 were actually killed.
Which one would you choose? Do you even get to choose?
Man, no, you don't get to choose. They choose it for you. But
what
personally,
if you had to choose?
I would go with the drowning.
Drowning?
Yeah. I know it sucks, but that's the least pain, you know, because burning, imagine how much pain that would feel. Hung, you're just going to like, fuck. You're getting like bloodshot, you know, blood straight to your head, like cutting it off, like circulation, and you just turn purple.
Wouldn't that be better?
No, because you're just hanging. And drowning, at least, yeah, you'll fight, but at least you'll be the same. You'll look the same. Versus your head being all purple and your eyes are bloodshot, like red. And another surprisingly, you don't want your body just to explode and blood coming out your mouth. Right?
I don't know. I don't know about drowning.
Yeah. I mean, I know it sucks, but I think that's the way I would go. Mm-hmm. But anyway, back then also they would have to confess, like if you did this, they would let you go, but then you would have to do like service or something like that. So that's the only way she survived. Like she said, yes, I did this with Satan. I did all this other stuff. And I won't do this anymore. But then some guy just bought her and took her away and nothing. No one ever heard of her ever again. But then that short time, even till this day, like people know who that is. You know, it's pretty crazy, right?
So is that like the original witch?
I guess one of the main ones, yeah. Because I think there was other 2 ones that were called Sarah or something like that. Both of them were named Sarah.
Oh, Sarah Jessica Parker.
What?
Sarah Jessica Parker.
Sarah Jessica Parker.
She's a witch, isn't she?
I don't really know if it
From
was Parker.
Hocus Pocus.
I don't remember her name.
She's the blonde one.
Maybe it was. I don't know. I don't remember.
She's the blonde.
Yeah, I know the blonde one, but I don't remember that was her name in there.
No, that's her real name. That's the
Sarah?
actress's name.
Oh, then
People call her the horse lady for some reason.
the horse lady because of her nose.
I don't know where people think she has a horse face or something.
No, she looks. I mean, who knows? I haven't seen her now, but she was in that movie. She looked pretty good. Which one would you go for?
From those 3 witches? If I had to choose one, I think the main one.
Yeah. Cool. Oh, yeah. You know where brooms, like where witches came with brooms and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Salem from that, too. That's how the witch with the brooms came out from their Salem. Because the kids would say, like, they would see the women's flying brooms. So then it stuck.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm. And then you've been to the East Coast. You know how forests out there, it's so huge and like it's just, you'd get lost in that. Like
Very lush.
Yeah. Like that reminds me of some Blair Witch Project shit. Like,
yeah,
you can't, if you walk like 50 feet in there, you could be lost. It's, it's,
I loved it.
Mm-hmm. And there's so much history over there. It's so crazy. Like all these battles and all these wars that happen. And like in Boston, in the main downtown Boston, there's a ghost tour there. And there's dead bodies in that park still since the war and everything. They just didn't have any like place to put the bodies, so they just dug a big hole and they just threw all the bodies in there. And some of them still stand. And they say some areas in that park is haunted and stuff, so it's pretty cool. There's a bunch of ghost tours in Salem. There's a church in there, and it tells you about the story about the witch trial. It's pretty cool. And they have like this big red circle. It looks like a demonic stuff. It just says 1662 or 92. Sorry.
Wow, I just got a history lesson.
Yeah, maybe I missed some things. But I think I'm on the right tee of what I said. If I missed something, tell me.
Right, we're just talking.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking. We're not museum curators.
Mm-hmm. Did you know that Toys R Us sells? Guess what? What they sell?
Algebra boards.
Ouija boards. Did you know that crap?
I think I did hear that somewhere.
Oh my God. And I'll tell you this, when I was in high school, me and my friends went to Toys R Us and we bought a Ouija board, okay?
Uh-huh.
I didn't freaking play that, but we went to my friend's house at night and they started playing with that. And I was just recording just in case some shit happened. But man, some shit did happen. I'll tell you that. One of our friends, the girl, she like got up and then she just went to the corner and just started staring at the wall like the Blair Witch Project.
What the heck?
Yeah, and I was like, what the freak?
And you never spoke with her again, right?
I haven't spoke with her in a while, like years. Yeah, but that night she freaked me. Yeah, she freaked everybody out.
Yeah.
She was laughing. Like I was like, what?
Tell me what I would do. Ask me what I would do.
You're like, bitch, stop. But yeah, it was pretty crazy because I remember we all stayed the night there too. It was three of my guy friends and then two of my homegirls there. And one of them, she just freaked out. And we all like slept in the fucking middle of the living room with the lights on and like sleeping bags. And we're like, you go over there. You're freaking us out. And she stayed there, like standing there for like a couple of hours.
What the heck?
Yeah.
You guys didn't try like waking her up or anything?
Yeah, we did. But then I was like, I ain't touching it. I don't want that shit to be attached to me. Mm-hmm.
Did you try like, I don't know. Did you try?
She would just look at you and she would laugh. Like with evil eyes, man.
Like, wait, but she was staring at the wall?
Mm-hmm. Like if you go up and like you talk to her like this, she just look like this. And then she'll start laughing. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't know. She might have be playing a joke. But at the same time, I'm like, you're there for like a couple hours. I don't know if that's a joke anymore.
I know. I'm like, we're not really laughing anymore.
Yeah. Like, stop.
I know. I'm like, are you okay?
Yeah, but that was pretty freaky.
You should have brought in fucking Reagan.
Reagan.
It's like,
I did make a Ouija board. Me and my cousins did.
wow.
With the paper. We just wrote it. We didn't know it was going to do anything. So we wrote it out and then we got like a quarter. And then God knows if this is true or not, but you had to get a quarter with an eagle on the back. So, you know, it says goodbye and hi or good. Yeah, it says hi, right? Or hello.
Yeah.
Hello
Yeah.
and goodbye.
Yes, no, or yeah. Hello, goodbye. Yes,
Yeah.
no.
So we all like grabbed the quarter, whatever. And I don't know till this day if that sucker moved by itself. I don't know if my cousins pushed it or what. But it moved. But we were all saying, wait, not shit. But I feel like they did. I don't know. Till this day, I'm not sure. Maybe that's why I attract so much shit, probably.
Will it work? I asked you last time, fool.
About what?
I'm like, why do you think all of this is happening to you?
Oh.
And I was like, and then I'm like, you need to quit playing those games. That's why Toys R Us is out of business.
I know. That's probably they made a pact with the devil.
They're like, the devil's like, you didn't sell enough Ouija boards.
Give me your
You're
soul.
done. You're done.
Where's the giraffe? Give me the soul.
You're done.
Oh. Yeah.
But now they're coming back to Targets? No.
Ouija boards?
No.
Toys R Us? Target bottom?
Somebody struck a deal somewhere that they can have a little Toys R Us section.
Interesting.
But,
yeah.
well, that does it for our time.
Okay. Out there then.
That was interesting.
It was interesting. It was fun.
I did actually learn something today.
You learned the 13 colonies.
Yeah. Well, no. But, well, yes and no, because yeah. I can't name the 13 colonies right now, even though you told them to me. I know one's Philadelphia.
Pennsylvania.
Oh, Pennsylvania. Oh, New York. It was the first, and then it became the first state.
Yeah.
Yep. And then, yep, New Hampshire.
Mm-hmm.
But Boston.
Well, Massachusetts. In Boston.
Okay. Oh yeah. I learned something today. I hope you did too. And this was fun.
Yeah. Thanks for watching Only Talks with us.
Hopefully
guys.
everybody subscribes and joins our fun and
Mm-hmm.
clown foolery.
Ooh.
It's like, but for real, thanks, guys.
Mm-hmm.
It was fun.
It was. Again, if I messed up in some logic there or any actual facts, I apologize.
It's all good. We're hanging out. We're chit-chatting.
Cool.
Cool.
Alrighty. Bye.
Bye-bye.